What's up? What's up? 101. How you guys all doing? Well, welcome to the call, everybody. The newcomers, those watching online, welcome to the call. Those watching the recording, we're live. We're having this thing called Live Man. Welcome to Tuesday. Even for all you math nerds out there, happy National Pi Day. And you're like, what? National Pi Day? Well, what's pi in math? 3.14, right? So anyway, happy National Pi Day. That's a little joke. What's up, Robin? What's up, Shane? How we doing, Marielle? How we doing? Linda and Guy and Mitch Ramzak. What's up, brother? Andreas, Mohit, Ken K. Welcome to the call. Robert Hale. I love you, brother. Hey, welcome to the call, everybody. Hope you're having a blessed Tuesday. Hope everything's rocking out. Today, these calls, all these calls, every time I do a Growing with Grossi call, what do they define? What they meant to do? They're meant to define your game, the game you want to play in life, the game that is going to set you up apart from all the other people in this world. The beautiful thing is when you don't realize you're a 1%er, you already are. And you're going to say, well, how do you mean that? Because you're doing something different than 99% of other people are not. You're trying to be the better version of yourself. So consider yourself part of the lucky, the 1% of the world, guys. And every single time I speak, every single time I talk, every single time we do Growing with Grossi, I have one intention. And that is to help you in any way, shape, or form, to show you what I've done and what I continue to do every day, single day to try to be the best version of myself. Why? So that we win this game called life. So that we find joy and peace in where we're at. So we can be centered and become the best version of ourselves. So that we can raise ourselves, not only ourselves, but others around us to levels that they never thought possible. Never thought possible. Thank you, Ken. Love it, man. Look at this, everything I'm going to speak to you today, everything I speak to is going to apply to whether you're an inspiring young student, whether you're a young entrepreneur, whether you're a grandmother, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a young dentist, whether you're deciding to go to dental school, whether you want to retire and get us, whatever it is, this applies for you in your life. Every single thing we talk about is implied for you. And my hope is that you take away some of these tips, some of the tricks that I do every single day to become the best you. Because every single day there needs to be, and we're going to talk about it, there needs to be some intentionality and commitment to what you want to do. And for some of you that don't know me, some of you know me that's on this call, but some of you don't. I'm Dr. Bobby Grossi, born and raised in Flint, Michigan by a single mother named Linda, who did everything she could to make sure that I had the life, that I had the foundation set in principles, sacrificed her own well-being for us kids. I'm totally in debt to her. I know Linda's on the call, Mom. I hope you hear that. Love you, sweetie. And I want you to know, every single thing I've done, I've probably been where you're at. Whether it's not having enough confidence to go do the next thing, or not knowing what to do, or being depressed, or having anxiety, or to not know, should I start that business, or what should I do if I'm inspiring a young dentist? What should I do, guys? I've been there. I've lived it. I've lived the life you lived. I can remember riding my big wheel at 8 years old, thinking I'd never want to live a life like my mom. And you might say, oh, but you just said you love your mom. I know, but she always struggled financially. She always struggled. You know, we talked about robbing Peter to pay Paul, or she always struggled to keep up. And I never wanted to live that way. So I was determined in a young age. I didn't know it was going to be in dentistry. I was determined at a young age to live a different life. So what does that mean when I say that? You can cause and create anything you want. But last week we talked about, and the reason why it ties into financials, last week we talked about the principle of wealth followership, which involved like utilizing strategies to aim to more financial freedom, security through retirement, passive income, whatever you want, generating in different investments, assets such as stocks and bonds, whatever. But it involves really just how do we create the good spending habits. But this week, which is true to dear to my heart, we're going to talk about how you, yes, I said you, how you control the rules. Not the government, not some outside white noise, you. You control the rules. And what does that mean? It highlights you as the individual have the power to shape your own reality and take responsibility for your actions and decisions. It emphasizes pursuing your personal and professional goals with integrity, intentionality, impeccability, and invincibility. I love that word, invincibility. Like to be invincible. Invincible. And these four concepts are so crucial to your personal responsibility and empowerment. It emphasizes every different aspect of achieving success. The first one, though, we're going to talk about is just integrity. And I know we throw that word around, integrity, your moral soundness or your completeness per se, right? Integrity is honesty, ethics, trustworthiness, highly valued in your personal and professional life. If you don't believe me, acting with integrity earns respect and trust from others, leading to greater success and fulfillment. But integrity, I think this word integrity, and if you're a young dentist on the call, if you're a dentist, I think the one thing dental school taught me, other than, what's up, Malik? Love to see you, brother. Other than to pass the board, hi, Shandell, how you doing? Is dental school taught us, what's up, Sky Guy? Dental school taught us, honestly, ethics and morals and integrity. Because what you don't realize is that the only people judging work as a dentist or a clinician or a doctor is yourself. And if you don't hold yourself with such integrity, if you're not honest, you don't show ethics, you're not trustworthy, you got nothing. So, and when you align, when you're acting in integrity, when you act in true integrity, you gotta align your decisions every single day and actions to your personal values and principles, even though sometimes it's unpopular in situations. That means being honest and transparent, not only to other people, but to yourself. Following through with your commitments. Admitting mistakes and taking responsibilities. Man, there's times you're like, dude, you don't ever make mistakes. Man, I make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes every single day. I probably wake up and I got to own it. I think the cool thing is when we talk about integrity or owning your mistakes or being who you are, or being authentic and being real, we always throw those words around. I wish you're authentic, you're real, you're honest, you have integrity. Right? When you act in integrity, you establish such a foundation of trust and respect from others that they will do whatever you want, because you know you're building strong relationships, both personally and professionally, but you're also more likely to achieve success and fulfillment in whatever you do, because you hold yourself with such integrity. And dentistry is probably one of the most, I know I'm talking about dentistry because I'm a dentist, but dentistry and integrity is probably these words that we throw around loosely. Yes, it's easy. Mariel, it's easy. Which one I said, Mariel and Shane and Linda, who's on the call, and Guy and Mitch and Skylar and Mohit. It's easy, Ken. It's easy to have integrity to other people, to keep your word for others. The worst part is that you fail in integrity to yourself. We fail in integrity every single day to ourselves, Robin. We say we're going to do something and we let ourselves off the hook. We say we're going to go work out, but we don't. You're not living in integrity. We say that we're going to follow through with what we say we're going to do, but we'll say, we'll do it tomorrow. You're not living in integrity. Integrity to me is everything. When people say, how do you get the results you want in your life? Because I say what I'm going to do. I work with integrity and I keep my word. I keep my bond. Just with a thumbs up if you understand what I'm talking about. Just with a thumbs up if you've ever been to that situation. Guys, every single day when you talk about integrity, when you talk about things that mean the most, first and foremost, it is important to have integrity to others, but keep integrity with yourself. Hold yourself in integrity. Be honest in truthfulness and transparent with yourself. Now, you didn't think I was going to go there, but I just said you control the rules. Everything in life starts with you. Everything in life starts with you. If you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. If you're not honest with yourself, you sure the heck can't be honest with somebody else. It starts with you. What's the next thing? You got to be intentional. You got to be intentional. It's got to be done on purpose. It's got to be done for a reason. We talk about every single day in my morning huddle, and we do things in dentistry. I can't say every single day because I'm not always there every single day, but the majority of the time I'm there, is that what do you want to accomplish? What is your intention? And what I love the word intention, it should say, where's your attention on to intently get something done? But that's what it kind of means. Intentionality refers to the deliberate and purposeful pursuit of one's goals and aspirations. It involves setting clear intentions and taking consistent action every single day to achieving those intentions. When individuals who act with intentionality, they are more likely to achieve their goals and create the life they desire. Why? Because you can cause and create anything you want if you act with intention. Guys, I always say this all the time. Acting with intentionality, when you're truly intentional what you want, you will stop at nothing to get it. You're intentional. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and not real. It just says, I got to go do this. You got to do this. You're acting with an intention. Every single time, if you're a woman on this call, if you're a mother, if you're a caregiver, if you're a friend, I promise you, especially women, man, I've never met a woman in my life that's ever committed to do something and never got it done. Ever. You ask them if they got to run through a wall for their kids, they'll do it with intentionality and with integrity. I mean, It is the utmost thing. When you're intentional of what you want, Mitch, when you're intentional with what you want, Ken, when you're intentional with what you want, Shane and Malik, you'll always get it because you'll live life according to your intentions. If you want to be an asshole, you intentionally are going to be an asshole. But if you want to cause and create a world of a great legacy and purpose and fulfillment and be the best version of yourself, you do it every single day, I promise you're going to accomplish that because you're acting with integrity and intention. So acting with intentionality also means you're being clear. You're basically being clear of what you want to achieve and why it's important. It means setting specific, measurable goals and developing a plan to achieve it, period. It means taking action consistently and precisely and persistently every single day, even though if you're faced with an obstacle or a setback. It doesn't matter. I mean, I started out with an intentionality to own one crumble. One. I got to get a one crumble going. And then what ends up happening is I know crumble cookie Dennis, cookies and cavities. You got to love it, baby. But here's the thing. It started with one. And now I'm going to open up another one. And now I'm going to open up another one. And I finally I got five different franchises that I'm going to open and crumble. And I'm not saying that to boast. It's because I have an intention. I'm acting every single day towards something bigger. I want to create a legacy. It all builds to something bigger than myself. You're like, why crumbles? Why dentistry? Why dental offices? Why labs? Why are you doing a financial planning with Richie Doan? Why are you creating a fund for dentists? Why? The answer is really simple. Because my end calling is to live a legacy for my family and the people around me. It's so that if I truly want to be the best version of myself, it's somewhere out there. I was at a call today with Richie Doan, and yes, everybody should have coach and mentors, by the way, so I love that you're on this call. So we all help each other. But there was a call today, and there's so many people that are employees, and then there's people that are entrepreneurs, but then there's another side of an entrepreneurship, which I wish we'd all endure, and it's called exploration, right? Exploration. What if we truly lived a life to explore of what's next? We know where we're at right now, right? And then what's next? What's your intention? What are you going to cause next? And then what becomes new? See, that's how you should be thinking of your life. You know, what is it that I have now? What is it I like and don't like? Then what's next for me? And then what's new? When you do that, when you think of intention, what have you done? What are you going to do? What are you going to create? What are you going to draw? How do you take control of your life? What do you want to do? I promise you can create any own reality you want. That's a part of intentionality. You are more likely to achieve your goals and create a life that is aligned to your values and aspirations, I promise you, if you work in intentionality. I'm going to pause for a minute because I'm so pumped up. Does this resonate with you guys? Does this make sense, Mariel, Shane, Linda, Guy? And I really hope this is touching home because, you guys, this is the most important thing you can do in your life. When you have integrity and then intentionality now ready, you become impeccable. Impeccability. That's another thing about controlling the rules you have in your life. Impeccability. I love that word, impeccability. Without a fault or flaw. Now, we know that's not true, right? But we know we have some flaws. But if you act with impeccability, it refers to a pursuit of excellence and the avoidance of mediocrity. Let me say that again. You should be pursuing excellence and trying to avoid being mediocrity, mediocre, average. You're striving to be the highest possible standard you possibly can have in one's work, in your own personal life, not involving shortcuts. You're not trying to cut corners. You're not trying to beat the system per se, as we do sometimes in this world, in the United States, and some of you not in the United States. I don't know if you do that in other countries. We're not trying to beat the system. We're not doing a half-hearted effort to become the best for yourself, because what you're missing is the journey. Nobody should hand you stuff. Nobody should ever be your dang savior. Nobody can hand you a free gift, man. You don't believe me? Why don't you ask some of my kids sometimes? When I give them whatever they want, and only parents understand this, you give them whatever you want, you think, oh my God, this is going to make it behave different. And it actually does the opposite. But when you have structures and rules and you're trying to not cut corners and you embrace what you have, that's when you become amazing. Never settle for mediocrity. So many people in this world just want to be comfortable and safe and put the elastic waistband on, even though they've gained 30 pounds. They don't understand the significance of being the best version of yourself, working with integrity, intentionality, and trying to be impeccable. trying to live without a flaw, trying to live without shortcuts and half-hearted things, doing things the hard way, putting in the grind. My daughter said something to me one time, and I wish I could show it to you. It's in my book. It says, always goes upstairs, never down. And you might say, what do you mean go upstairs? Because it's harder. Where you're striving to go is to the top. And every step you take has to be at a higher elevation. So many times people want to take the escalator down. They want to do the downslope and they coast. And they think that's something incredible. It's not. You'll never be the best version of yourself living a comfortable life. Never. You'll stay safe. You'll be awesome. And you might think that's where you're meant to be. And you might think that's not true, but always strive to do the best. When you act according to impeccability, it means doing one's best in every single thing you do. Every single thing you do. I always tell my staff every single day at dentistry, how you do some things is how you do everything. And you're like, what does that even mean? How you do some things is how you do everything. Man, I empty a dishwasher in my house with precision. I wash dishes in my house with precision. You don't believe me? I vacuum the floors of carpet. Ask my kids, they call me the vacuum guy. I have like 4 different vacuums. And I have the perfect lines. And you might say, well, dude, it doesn't matter. No, it does. Every single thing you do matters. Every single thing you do every single day matters. Whether it's in dentistry, whether it's in life, whether it's with your spouse, whether it's with your kids, every single thing you do matters. And I want you to hear this voice banging in the back of your head as how you do some things is how you do everything. So when you decide to not do that homework properly, Malik, when you decide to cut that corner, Mitch, when you decide to maybe not cut that grass that has that weed growing and you're just going to say, oh, nobody will see it, it's behind a tree. You're compromising you. You're not living in integrity, that's for sure, because you're not being honest. You're not living with intentionality or purpose, and you're sure the heck not trying to be the best version of yourself. Because being the best version of yourself means paying attention to details and striving for excellence in every single thing you do. It also means avoiding all excuses or justifications for subpar performances and taking responsibility for one's work. Because so many times we say, it didn't happen because, this didn't happen, or it was somebody else's fault. No, it's your fault. You're exactly in the relationships you are because of you. What exactly you're getting in your life is because of the decisions you make, nobody else. When I wrote the book, Destiny's Not Hereditary, it is not because of my mom didn't have money. Why, if I struggle with money, that's on me. If anything, I should learn from my mom. I should learn exactly how she didn't manage money, and I love her to death, or couldn't manage money, and now I got to figure out how to do it. See, you can plant a new seed. Every single day you wake up, you make decisions and choices to be the best version of yourself. When you act with impeccability, when you become the best you establish a reputation of excellence and reliability that every single person is going to count on. And the more likely you are, the more likely you will be to achieve success and earn the respects of others, both professionally and personally. I promise you. Think of that. You got the 3 steps so far in controlling the rules of your life, right? You got integrity, moral compass, soundness, right? You got intentionality, done on purpose. I'm doing things for a cause. And then impeccability, without fault or flaw. We know we have flaws. We all know this. We all know this. But it's living a life to your best, being the best version of yourself every single day. And then last but not least, when you do all this, you become invincible. Invincible. There is not a person, when you say you're alive, when you say you're aligned with what you want, there's not a person that's stoppable. I'm getting emotional. Think about this because these are so 4 key principles that if you just live by this, your life will change forever. Integrity, intentionality, impeccableness, right? And invincibility. These 4 pillars. Invincibility means you cannot be conquered or overcome. Think about that when you just say that. Even if you need struggling every single day, when people struggle with anxiety and depression, if you just say, I'm invincible. When you say that word out loud, all of a sudden the core body, you just flex up like you got an armor on. And Shane and Linda and Ken and Robin and Ken Joslin. What's up, brother? Glad to see you on the call. And Ken Joslin on the call. When you say you're freaking invincible, you are unstoppable. So if you struggle with anxiety and depression, if you're struggling with ways to become the best version of yourself, just start with saying, damn it, I'm invincible. I'm invincible. Nothing can stop me. not an economic crisis, not high inflation, not GM shutdown, not the Flint water crisis, not some boo-hoo thing, somebody's life's not happening for my reasons, not a financial setback, not a person leaving your life. There is nothing that can stop you or overcome you if you believe you're invincible. And what does it really mean? Invincibility, and Ken Joslin knows about mindsets. He talks about mindset all the time in leadership. He's on this call. He's world famous with Dean Grossi, and he's the man with John Maxwell. I mean, Ken Joslin's the man, bro. He's on this call. Thank you for blessing me with your presence, Kenny, too. And not to give you all that love, but thank you, man. But invincibility refers to the mindset of being unconquered or unstoppable, even in the face of challenges and adversity. It involves cultivating this resilient type of perseverance and positive attitude towards life, right? It involves individuals who cultivate this certain mindset of invincibility are more likely to overcome any obstacle and achieve their goals. See, what you don't realize, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between truth and reality. It knows what you say. The Bible says all the time, we're the fruit of the words. And if you're struggling right now on this call with integrity, with intentionality, with impeccability and invincibility, when you stack all those together, you do become invincible. If you're struggling, just say, hey, what should I do? Start by believing you can. Start by taking a step every single day that no matter what happens in your life, you're moving forward. I believe it was Denzel Washington that said, fall forward, fall forward. We're all going to fall, but fall forward. You know, in baseball, I'm a baseball guy, and I'm going to write a book, I promise you, which is going to be called Slide Head First. We're just going to tell you that. That's a pre-claimer on that. For all you don't know, I love baseball. But I always say slide head first or just hit a single. So many times people are so worried about hitting a goddamn home run. It's not about the home run. It's about the consistent action every single day, taking a step and just swinging the bat and getting a hit. I mean, if you laugh, I did these calls on, this is probably the 18th or 20th call I've done consecutively in a row. I missed 1 week. I apologize. But I remember Ken Joslin and Ken K talking to me, and Richie say, just get up and swing. Just get up and start talking. Just get up and move, whether there's no people in the room or 100 people in the room or 1 million people. Say your message. Do what you got to do in life to make a difference. That's what you got to do. And at first, I used to be scared, and I used to be nervous, and I used to have this whole intimidation thing. There's no way I can be what other people are. I can never be the Richie Doan. I can never be the Grant Cardone. Guys, I say this. I've said it, and it's just not true. It's just not true. Swing the damn bat in your own life. Take charge of what you do. Become invincible. Become that person that people are like, who the hell is this person? What happened to them? Like, they're not even the same cat. I always laugh at that. People always say, you forgot where you come from. No, I didn't forget shit. I'm just different. You don't like the different me. You want me to be mediocre. You want to be average. Mickey Vicky, I'm not average. The King of the Kings, the Lord of the Lord. Dude, I'm God's disciple, for God's sakes. Why do I want to be average? Nobody should be average, man. That's what the government wants you to be, is average. They want you to be average. Never strive to be average, because the only person you're ever hurting in your life is not hurting your spouse. You're not hurting your kids. You're not hurting anybody else but yourself. And everybody deserves the best you, Robin. Everyone deserves the best you, Ken Joslin. Everybody deserves the best Ken K. Everybody deserves the best Guy. Everybody deserves the best Shandell. And everyone else I might have missed on this call, they deserve the best you. Because without being the best you, without you not feeling invincible, you can never live and love the way you were supposed to. You will never amount to what your true calling and purpose is. Man, I'm fired up. Woo! This is crazy out here. Like, just the energy. So, acting with invincibility means facing every single challenge in adversity with a positive attitude and belief. What am I supposed to learn? See, so many times people always say to me, and I've heard Ken talk about this. I've heard Guy talk about this. I've heard Linda talk about this, and Malik talk about this before. It's like, sometimes we've all said this. We all become victim to our life. We say life's happening to us. No, life's happening for you. Nothing's happening to you. It's happening for you. Every single setback you have is to learn something. Every single resistance you feel is to get your ass back up and learn. Guys, I talk about that. I know I'm talking spiritual a little bit, but I guess I'm obviously spiritual. So if you don't like it, tough. I like God. So it is what it is. Like, just live with it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. What is the symbol? What do you think it means when Jesus was carrying the cross to his death? And if you don't believe in Jesus, that's fine. Let's just use my analogy so you understand. In the Bible, Jesus is carrying the cross to be crucified, and he falls carrying the cross, which is the heavy burden in life. And he gets whipped, and he gets spit on, and he gets persecuted, and he gets told all these names that he's not this, right? You're not the son of Jesus or God. And he still has to get up, being beat. And the reason why he gets up, even when life's hard, is because he didn't fulfill his purpose. His purpose was to die for our sins. He had to get up. So who are we to play victim to our circumstances and not get our ass up when we get knocked down? Who are we? Don't you dare stop fulfilling the purpose you were called to do. Don't you dare stop for any reason, sacrifice what you want in your life because you're too afraid. Man, face that fear head on, because I used to be afraid to talk in public. I swear to you, transparency on a Zoom call in front of people. I couldn't speak in a public speaking class, and my life depended on it. I would hide. I had a presentation in dentistry, which I will tell you, that was to get my degree in ortho, to graduate with the highest honors, and we had to do this presentation. This is so funny. And yet I couldn't do a PowerPoint presentation in front of my peers because I didn't feel worthy. And now I'm sitting here training my peers. Huh? So what does that mean? You got to get up and swing the bat, hit a single, just face your fears head on, because I promise you, they're false. They're not even real. It's your gatekeeper of yourself trying to keep you comfortable so that you don't stretch out. We have three gatekeepers: fear, judgment, and ego, and some of them control all of you every single day. But to truly be invincible, you got to face all your fears head on. You got to stop worrying about people judging you, because nobody really cares at the end of the day. That's fake book and Facebook, whatever you want to call it. It's all fake. Nobody cares about who you really are. At the end of the day, you could be alive for a year and everyone says how much they love you, and a year from now, they're moving on. Life moves. Don't worry about being judged by people. Don't worry about what you're afraid of, right? Don't you let your ego aside. You're not that relevant, even though we love y'all, guys. I mean, let's be honest. But you can be the best you. You can be the best you. And the world needs to see the best you. The world needs to see that you're unstoppable. You can move unsurmountable objects out of the way. You can make movement, and people will gravitate towards you. If you don't got people in your life, you watch what happens when you start making movement. You watch what happens when 10K talks about close proximity with people. You watch what happens when you get in rooms with people bigger than you. You watch what happens when you start sharing visions of these dreamers and these entrepreneurs and these 1%ers in this world. Watch what happens to your core. Watch how much you light up, and how the world, who everyone says is bad, watch how much people help you to get where you want to go. Watch. I promise you, if you take that leap of faith on yourself, more people will jump on. When you cultivate the mindset of invincibility, when you cultivate that if you want to become resilient and you're adaptable, you are going to be so better off to overcome any obstacle in your life. You're going to accomplish things you never thought possible. You're going to face all your demons head on. You're going to blast them through it, and nothing will stop you. You will move mountains if you can just have a positive look. You will move mountains if you live with life with integrity, intentionality, if you're impeccable and you're invincible. If you truly believe that, you will move mountains, and you'll watch things happen in your life you never thought possible. 3 years ago, while everyone else was watching Netflix, I was trying to be the best version of myself on Zoom calls. That's where I meet the Ken Josens of the world, the Ken Case of the world, the Richie Doans of the world, the Grant Cardinals. Where everyone else was eating carbs and bonbons, I was trying to figure out, how can I survive this crash? And the difference is you are too. You're the 1%ers on these calls. You don't have to be on this call. You're a 1%er on this call right now. That means there's something inside you that you just want to be the best version of yourself. You hold the power to create any destiny you want. You hold the power by doing anything you want. When you leverage these key principles, integrity, intentionality, impeccability, and invincibility, you can control any outcome, life experience, and achieve success through self-empowerment that you never thought possible. Don't accept limitations. Instead, choose the path forward and determine toward meaningful and growth and fulfillment. You want to become the best. Always strive to move forward, even if it's a half step. Even if all the energy you have one day is just to get out and write something down that you like about yourself, do it. Even if it's all you can do is, some people write goals on journals twice a day, some don't. Even if it means just put your goals on a piece of paper of where you want to go, your subconscious mind, and you will get that way. That's an intentionality we talk about. But then when you write down those goals, there comes the integrity piece. Are you holding yourself into integrity to accomplishing those goals? Are you being intentional? Are you impeccable with trying to be the best version of yourself every day? And then when you become those three, you become invincible. Because you'll realize that the only person ever stopping yourself in life was you. That's the power. When you realize that the only thing stopping you in this life was you and nobody else, And every success you've actually had was from decisions you make. You got the power back. Nobody has the power. You're invincible. When you empower yourself to control your rules and transform your life, you'll be making such intentional decisions, staying true to yourself and becoming you, becoming invincible. You will unlock the utmost potential you never thought possible, and you'll live a life of fulfillment. So embrace integrity. Embrace a growth mindset. Take control of your life in every single aspect you have, from the way you look, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you believe. And guys, I would love to hear from you. Just submit me something in the planner at the info of the dentist CEO. Submit me something. Submit me something at the info of the dentistceo.com of where you want to go in life. Download the planner for free. Guys, but I'm so pumped that you joined me on this Tuesday. I really hope these calls matter. And tell me, man, was this call fun? Was this call fun today, Kenny? That boy, I love you. This call was fun. We got to connect soon, Ken, just by the sidebar. We got to connect soon. Guys, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to show you next week how you can actually design your own life plan. We're going to take a step-by-step approach, how you can design the life you want, how you truly can cause and create anything you want. Guys, I love you. Have a great night. We'll talk soon. Happy Tuesday.